Well, hello, and here we are at the Genos. I'm going to have a bit of fun today because with me creating the new voices for the Genos, the entertainer sounds, we've got a bell pack and an organ pack. It got me to thinking, why do German Schlager songs sound so upbeat? And what's the theory behind writing a good Schlager hit? And I thought I'd just go through and see how easy and simple it would be, or how complicated it could be, using your Genos. So, what we've done is I've chosen a style called Fantasy Fox. It's a very driving rhythm. It sounds like this. It's that middle doof that really drives. And it follows through all the variations. 2, 3, 4. So the beat is on the 2 and 4. And then when we get to the variation D. Now, one thing that this keyboard kicks ass with is the entertainer styles. There is nothing like it. And the variation of entertainer styles. When we had, I'm trying to remember what I had, I think it was Tyros 3. And when I had Tyros 3, there wasn't a vast arrangement of Schlager styles. And then Tyros 5 and certainly with Genos, they've massively improved. And these are great for sort of writing your own Schlager hit. So, first thing we're going to do is decide, do we start in a major or a minor key? Well, having listened to many of the sort of top Schlager performers and sort of songwriters out there, they seem to start with minor, or some start with major. So and tell you what we're going to do. Let's I was going to say flip a coin, but I haven't got any. That's the problem with cashless society now. I tell you what, let's start with a minor. Just pick out thin air. Let's start with a minor. So we're starting with the minor chord, and F is always a great key to do this sort of thing in. F minor. Okay. Now, one of the things I've noticed with Schlager music is it has a very repetitive phrase. So, for example, if I was going to play, it wouldn't just do that. It would be, they would create some sort of a melody. So I'm going to go with, that's quite a memorable little phrase, and then you repeat that throughout the song. So same da 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 da. But the rhythm pattern is da 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 da. So we're repeating that in different. Alrighty, we've got a hit. However, we can go in a different direction. Go to major. And then you're back to minor again. And this is what a lot of the Schlager music does. It moves from major to minor and major and minor, and it keeps you sort of happy, and then it sort of has this dark side chorus, or it'll have a happy chorus and a dark melody. So it's really quite simple to create. So this is what we've got so far. I'm going to go major. And then that leads us back to minor. And already we've got the makings of a chart hit. Only if I could sing, it would be fantastic. Let's try this again. Now, before we go that further, the key ingredients in Schlager music is obviously the style and the sounds. And the sound generally, for sort of, if you listen, there's lots of bells and big, wide open tones. And what we've got set here is using the Euro Bell pad from the Pads and Bells pack. Okay, and then the other voice we've got is the beta organ from the Simply Klaus pack, which is out there. That's beta organ percussion, and that gives you that really sort of Germanic sort of party. And then you want to bring a voice in that, again, is used very often. And the Yamaha company put a entertainer pack out. Entertainer 2016 Genos. And one of the voices in that pack is a crowd voice. Just need to find it. Where is it? Where's it? Oh, hang on, we're in dance. I hit the wrong pack. I need to go into Entertainer 2016, and there we go. It's called Crowd. There we go. Crowd legato. Now, if you listen to this, so we're going to move it down an octave, shuffle it down, maybe not too far. Oh no, we do need to go further. And then if we bring the bell and the organ back, we've got our chorus. And it just comes. And like I said to you, think of rhythmic patterns. Don't just sort of my head is full of useless little ditties, as you probably already recognised. But so so there you go. So that's that one finished. And then let's go and have a look and see if we can come up with another sort of Schlager style thing. Let's have a look through some of the rhythms and see what we have. Rock Party King, Schlager 3/4. Again, decide what we're going to do. Should we do one in major this time? Let's try a major key. And let's get rid of the bell. Something like that, or we can go nice little repetitive phrase. Add the bell. And remember what I said to you at the beginning, that the phrase, the pattern, the rhythmic pattern repeats, but just with different notes. And that's another thing I noticed that the German Schlager music likes to do. They'll have a phrase where the audience can join in. So if we're doing this, the audience can go at the end of that phrase. And DJ Otzi does this a lot. He'll have a phrase and then the audience will join in. So yeah, let's try this. Right, so there's another one written. So now let me just save that in a registration, and I'll save that in a registration, and now I can flit from the orchestral part to where the audience. In fact, let me just change that. Change the octave of those vocals for that particular voice, because it's a bit low again now. So let's go back to -1. Right, okay, so this is what we're going to do. And then that's your first section, and then da 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 da, and it carries on, and then we need to find a chorus. So and it's never quite so easy, because you've got such an easy now phrase to start and memorize. Once you've memorized that, when you actually come to do the main chorus, it's going to detract from that oh, so you need to try and weave that oh back in. So we've got to kind of stick with the same theme for the chorus, and not to go too far away from our home theme. So we're sticking with this. And there you go. And then for the chorus, we can do a variation on that. So we can do... and keep that sort of theme in there. It's so much fun, because the Schlager style, if you listen to a lot of the music on the German charts, it's so memorable, and it really is sort of, some of them are real earworms. Let's have a look at another style for again, this sort of genre. We've got Schlager rock. I'm not sure. That's nice. What's the variation like? That's quite heavy, isn't it? I think you need a long hair for that one. Let's have a look. Don't think that bell sound's going to fit for this one. Actually, let's go with a bit more of an aggressive... It's nice. I don't know why I come up with this. My head is full of this sort of rubbish. So we've got a melody already. then obviously variation D is going to have some more bump to it. So what I'm going to do is take that and keep the bell, but I'm going to go into the standard voices in the Genos and go to electric guitar and go to Guitar Hero. Back to this gentle verse. Again, on the left hand, I would actually look at putting some sort of synth pad. So again, go in there, make sure the volume's up, make sure the voice is on. So we want synth pad. 80s, maybe not. We'll go for the VCF. You have it. The Schlager style, the type of music is just sort of, it carries you along, and the styles in the Genos are first class. They really are. They really are some of the best. And don't forget, this little baby is 5 years old. It's yeah, it's showing its age a little bit, but you know, who knows what's going to happen over the next few months. But this for me is. And that vocal is from, as I say, from the Entertainer 2016 pack, and it's one of the best voices. And if you add the bell sounds, one of my favourite is the Eurobell pad, which is from the Sound Pack software, pads and, what's it called? Pads and Bells. Should know that. And you get this really deep. But again, flicking through the styles in here, you can create anything. There's Schlager rumba. We could create something with that. We could create something more traditional, like a party polka. Again, go back in and pick my, what am I looking for my organ? So I'm looking for the beta percussive organ. Sort of thing, or we can go and look at a Schlager samba. Maybe not. Let's try that. Something else. Disco Fox. And this is good, and it's got that real moody sort of minory sound. And playing A minor, of course, that's why. And then it goes to the major. And then goes to a very happy major. To minor, and you move in and out of major to minor, and it really builds up this whole sort of theme of happiness, happiness, try again, happiness, sadness, happy, miserable, happy, got married. it's a lot of fun. But again, you can, for the Schlagery sort of stuff, you can go into you don't have to use these expansion packs. You can go into synth and use does add an element of niceness to it if you go into the bells are always a happy thing to add. So if I go back into my expansion and go to pads and bells and pick Euro bell pad, we can go anyway. Instead of being minor, we can be major. Everything leads back to minor, but that's you know, start in major instead of starting in minor, or start in minor and then move to major. There's only two directions you can go, and then it's all down to picking the right voices. And the right voices, for me, are always these bad sort of big pads and bells. And unfortunately, the Genos doesn't have, for me, the big enough pads. It doesn't have really strong. Whereas these, and the pad, that's a big pad. And of course, if I then go in and stick on the Euro bell pad on top, and then throw in the accompaniment as well. valve back on. But you see what I say, when you're repeating that phrase, just keep repeating the same sort of rhythmic pattern, da, 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 or whatever phrase you want to come up with, and repeat it, but just move to a different note or series. So if you're starting with an F chord, something simple, same rhythmic pattern. Or different rhythm, maybe different pattern. And then, of course, build up the sound, this big wall of thick sound. I'm going to put the, where am I going to go? Back to the Simply Klaus, and then we're going to pick the beta organ. And don't forget, if you want to throw everything in the kitchen sink, you can go into your multi-pads and find a suitable Now, one of the things you'll find in Schlager music is occasionally orchestra hits or particular sort of effects. And one of the things that you can do with the Genos is you can record your own multipads. I'm going to show you a little trick. So we're going to go into menu and we are going to go to multipad creator. Okay. And we're going to go MIDI multipad creator because we're using the onboard voices. And I'm going to record a new pad. So at the top, I'm going to click new. And then on my right one voice, I'm going to go to my drum kit section. And I want page 2, which is where the Schlager sounds are. There it is. There's the offending beast. Now this appears a lot in Schlager music. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to record a multipad where it goes dunk. And we'll do this. Okay, so now if I press 1, I've got this on my multipad. Okay, so I'm just going to save that and go save. I'm going to call it Euro. In fact, I'm going to call it Schlag. Because it makes more sense, doesn't it, if I'm doing Schlager music. Schlager. 2 pints, please. And then I come out of there completely. And then I go back and change my voice to what I wanted it to be, which was that that organ voice. We're now back to the main screen. And on my multipad, I've now got this. And if I go into my reverb effect and go to multipad, I can increase the reverb on that. There we go. Right, so now we've got this German Schlager hit. I know I can put something in the left hand, So I'm going to put the strings from the Legacy in here because they're smoother and they're more gentle than the rasping nails down a black chalkboard that Yamaha think are strings. So I'm going to go to strings, and there we go, this nice warm. So that's going to simmer along in the background. It's becoming fun, and the multipad side of things, you can add anything in there. And again, if you go into the entertainer pack, there's some great effects and things in there. But I hope this video, I mean, it's dragged on now for half an hour, so I'm going to stop it here. But I think this has given you the basics, I hope, for you to sort of understand as to how easy it is to make a Schlager hit or a song. Start in either major or minor. During the song, move to the opposite at least a couple of times. Maybe sort of start in a major or a minor for your first verse, and then when you get to the chorus, change the chorus to a major, and it has that sort of uplifting feeling. Or if you want the chorus to be quite a sort of maybe, I don't know, maybe the story behind the song is somebody's left somebody, you need a minor chord because they're going to be unhappy or miserable. Yeah, maybe they've bought a different keyboard that's not Yamaha, who knows, then in which case it definitely is going to be minor in the middle. So start off with a particular key type, minor or major, and then for the middle part change, and then come back again at the end, and then just round things up. I hope you found this video useful. Give it a thumbs up if you have. I mean, it's all just a bit of fun, this is. But it's also showing you some of the voices that you can add and the things I would suggest you use for this type of music. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please click subscribe. It's all free. I don't know where it is. It could be over here or it could be over here. I don't know where things are nowadays. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the whole thing. If you haven't, who knows, turn it off and go home. But if you have, come back. There's going to be more videos. There's lots of things you can watch on the channel anyway. But this is just to sort of look into the style of Schlager music. Going to have a look at a few others as well, just for a little bit of fun. Okay, take care, all the very best, have a great day.